Day 4, and the day was here for which the ride was planned to ride on the Run of Kutch. I was around 100 kilometers far from Bhuj, and the Greater Run of Kutch was 80 kilometers from Bhuj. So I checked out from the hotel and started towards Bhuj. As it was a full moon day, I planned to stay at least till 8 pm in Run of Kutch. So I decided that after reaching Bhuj, the first thing I will do is to check into hotel, as it would be difficult to search for one during the night after visiting Run. It took nearly an hour to find a hotel, as most of them were full due to the Run Utsav and available ones were costly. Finally managed to find one and kept all my luggage in the room and took only the DSLR and other necessary items with me. Now the destination was only 80 kilometers. I now started to ride with a smile as I was moving close to Greater Run of Kutch. I had finalized to see Kala Dungar, India Bridge and Run of Kutch. After an hour's ride, I came across a border checkpoint and obtained a permit to visit Kala Dungar and White Run of Kutch, which costs around 100 per person and 25 rupees for the bike. After crossing the checkpost, there was two roads, the straight one which goes to Kala Dungar and India Bridge, and the one to the left goes to Dhodo White Run. As I wanted to stay till night at Run, I chose to visit Kala Dungar and India Bridge first. Kala Dungar was around 30 kilometers from the checkpost, so I started moving towards it. The last 5 to 8 kilometers to Kala Dungar is a single and narrow inclined road, difficult for two vehicles to pass at a time. Climbing this route was fun and the scenery was good. Reached top of it, parked my machine and went to the top. There were army men present, camels dressed up with colored clothes, and here again I saw a bunch of bikers. At top is a place where Pakistan is distantly visible. Clicked few photos and started for India Bridge and came across other checkposts where a soldier stopped me and asked for a photo ID. After showing my ID, I asked him, "Where is India Bridge?" For which he replied, "The one in front of you." I saw it was just a normal bridge and asked him why people come here to see this. It's just a normal bridge. For which he replied in a frustrated manner, saying people don't understand things and come here. From there, the border was around 40 to 80 kilometers and there was a temple for which additional permission has to be taken from Commissioner Office in Bhuj, which is probably closed on Sundays. There was another route to White Desert from there, and no need to come back to the checkpost from where the permit was taken. This way was like a runway straight till the end for 20 kilometers. After crossing this, reached the entrance to the White Desert. As soon as I crossed the entrance, the road goes straight, but we had to take a left into the desert and have to off-road for around 3 to 5 kilometers in the desert to reach the White Desert. Finally reached, it was like a white carpet laid all over. It was unbelievable and stunning. Took so many photographs here. Some couples came to me and asked to take photos with my bike. I sat down on the white crystals of salt waiting for the moon. Meanwhile, I met two guys who came on their bike from Delhi and had some chat with them. On knowing that I had come alone, they asked me to accompany them back to Bhuj. We saw the moonrise and tried to click photos, but in photos it was totally a different what our eyes could see. On the way return, one of the guy riding with us said the Tropic of Cancer passes through some place on the way. We searched for it and found it, clicked few pics there and started towards Bhuj. As they didn't book any room in any hotel, we checked for a vacant room in the hotel in which I was staying and found one. Had dinner and with all my memories went to sleep. Day 5. Officially the trip was over now and I had to ride back home from Bhuj to Mumbai. So I planned to reach Vadodara by evening and stay at the same hotel where I stayed while coming from Mumbai. It was a 475 kilometers ride from Bhuj. I left early as I had to ride a lot after saying goodbye to them. After few hours, when I was 150 kilometers away from Vadodara, my bike started giving some problem. On checking, I found that the hose pipe which carries air-fuel mixture to the combustion chamber has developed some cracks. So I went to the nearby petrol pump and asked for a hardware store to get some sticking tapes to stick on the cracks, but it didn't stick as it had petrol on it. Asked for a mechanic, he checked and said we'll have to replace it, but we won't get hose pipe here. So I went in search of other mechanic and found one. Even he said the same as the prior, but a young boy working with the mechanic said he will try to do something and took a M-seal and applied over the cracks on the hose pipe. On seeing my water bottle empty, he asked, "Can I fill the bottle? I have cold water with me." I said yes, and he also cleaned my bike and charged only 50 rupees. So everything was fine now and I started moving towards Vadodara and reached the hotel by 7:30. Day 6. This was the final day of the ride. Started to ride towards Mumbai. According to schedule, I was riding ahead of it and thought would reach Mumbai soon. Everything was going fine. Suddenly the bike stalled. It took a while to start again. Then after a few kilometers it stopped again. This happened again and again, and I was some 170 kilometers away from Mumbai, but managed to reach Manor, where I found a mechanic. He checked and found a fuse had melted. Also the hosepipe had started giving the same problem again. So I started again and continued to ride. After a few minutes it stalled again, so took it to another mechanic. He spent some time, and for time being it was okay. I started the ride and finally reached Mumbai by 7 p.m. The most wonderful and memorable trip came to an end, and the final hiccups didn't bother much as I enjoyed the trip a lot.